Huh. Okay, well, that's really weird. I'm able to go live on the computer that I didn't want to go live on. I have my old computer in front of me here set up to do the live stream, and then I have my other computer here so that I could show you. Shut that tab down. So that I could show you stuff. That really stinks. Okay. Which camera am I even live from right now? This is kind of confusing me. I've never experienced anything like this. So hi, welcome to my live chat. For some reason, I'm able to like go live on both, and the camera's like recording me face on this computer and at this computer at the same time. So I'm quite confused about what is going on here. Anyways, today's topic is Q and Trump and the celebrity execution psyop. This is really, really weird. Which camera are you seeing me from even? Because this is just extremely weird that this is happening right now. Okay. This is camera 1 and this is camera 2. So let me know which one you're seeing me looking at. Like if you're seeing me from both, because I have no idea. This is extremely new for me right now. So sorry, I'm a little bit like, what the heck is happening right now? It is a beautiful day and I'm wearing my Valentine's Day dress again. I figured I would wear it this weekend because, well, it's the only time that I'm going to be wearing it for the activity for Valentine's Day, whatever, and that's what I bought it for. So I am pretty happy about that. All right, so still really confused about what's happening here. Hopefully you can see you can see me from this camera. Presidents are selected, not elected. This is the first thing that I want to get into, diving right into these deeper topics. Presidents, all of them from the beginning have been completely controlled. The office of presidents is not even a real, like they're just a puppet. They're not really the ones that are pulling the strings, and like they have only really power to a certain extent. They're not the puppeteer, right? They do have some sort of power because whenever they put, entities in these positions in front of us on our TV screens, right? Humans give them power, just kind of like the money that we have, right? Paper money. It really has the value only that we give to it. There's no gold backing it up. Like it's just monopoly money. And the power that we give to it is what the power or the value that it has. And it's the same with these people that are, rulers of our world, right? They kind of have, well, not kind of, but I mean, they have assumed the position in this role. And then humans over time have, given more and more power over to them. And it doesn't matter whether it's in the United States or in any other country, like all of the rulers are controlled, and even not just like the president, but the other offices as well, like obviously vice president, but even in the lower rankings, a lot you'll find controlled puppets. So since the beginning, they have been controlled and selected. They occasionally, will give us a hero, someone for the people, whether it's, like a lot of people will say maybe Reagan was one of the greatest presidents, but then you look into the history and find that Reagan was involved with the, well, it's kind of ironic, the jab, the National Childhood Injury Act, like protecting jab companies from repercussions, from, liability. was what Reagan was involved in, right? So like I said in my previous video, the Transvestigation 101 part 2, when these people, I don't even want to say people, it's a loose term, that like when these characters, these actors or actresses are put in positions of special praise, right? Like it's not just that they are an invert in Hollywood and like, you know, all the girls want to be them and the guys want to lust. Like it's a step up on a different type of pedestal where they're promoted as like, you know, a hero for the people and that they are on our side, right? And I said in my last video, I would like to have it confirmed at least that the ones that are in these special positions that are promoted to us as the, you know, the heroes, I have a really big suspicion that behind closed doors, they're like the worst of the worst. Like Mother Teresa is the one that I used before, comes to mind, that they're presented as this like really noble and upstanding citizen. And then you find out later that it's actually a dude in a dress, and there's a lot of abuse that has gone on in Mother Teresa's like orphanages and directly by Mother Teresa. Like they don't get promoted to these positions of supremacy over even the rest of the inverts that are idolized unless they are doing extra evil. So the point was, you know, with Reagan supposedly being like this pro people president, JFK, and even the most recent, as we know, Trump. But as far as JFK goes, they were involved with, I think Reagan might have actually been as well. Let me just check on this really quick. Reagan had the Star Wars defense program talking about like space-based lasers. So Reagan was involved with a space program. JFK, I'm pretty sure there's a picture with the, the JFK space program and all of that stuff. And then Trump more recently with the Star Wars, what is it called? I have a slide here. Space Force. Okay, I just wanted to show you this because it's astonishing to me that any truther, especially any flat earther, is even defending this clown. Like, there's just thing after thing. 2021 budget for Space Force, $15 billion. Okay, if you're not really like, I guess at the end of the day, it's all monopoly money, but the fact that taxpayer dollars are going to pay for not only NASA, but like taxpayer funds are paying for the chemtrails that are literally poisoning us. Like I don't believe in taxes. It's taxation is theft. And I certainly don't believe in paying taxes when the money that's taken from me is going to be turned around and used to support agendas that I don't agree with. So definitely in the golden age, we're not going to be having taxation. Like you can own the things that you actually have and not worry about people taking it from you. But the point is, like, who is paying all of this money for this deception? And Trump is here right along with it. So I'm going to show you a few other things regarding Trump. I kind of jumped ahead of myself there, but all of these ones that are promoted as heroes, it's like time and time again, they are, thank you so much. You just said it there. Perfect. Thank you so much. Okay. So my point was that presidents are selected, not elected. They've all been groomed for these positions. There's no wild cards that get in, like both choices from either side, or if they throw in a third candidate, whatever, like they are all controlled. And when you get past the show that they are putting on, right, you have to realize that it is a show. Like at the end of the day, these are two, like Trump and Hillary, for instance, right? They're just such a big rival. At the end of the day, like they're going off of the stage and sipping I was going to say mimosas, but it could be adrenochrome. I don't know. They're popping bottles behind the stage together. Like, it's just an act. They're putting on a show that they are against each other, that they, that all of these people in the mainstream are afraid of Trump, like all of this stuff. It's all just a show, and it's to manipulate us, to try to specifically in this case, like when they use the mainstream to attack Trump, like there are a whole bunch of people that'll be like, their belief in Trump, their faith in Trump is solidified because they turn on the TV and they see CNN, or I don't know, whatever the channels are, whatever. They see them attacking Trump. So they're like, oh, well, then Trump must be good. They must be doing what I'm being told that they're doing, right? So it works against them in that respect. So it's all just a show behind closed doors. They're not mad at each other. They're not arresting each other, which is what we're talking about today. They're not executing each other. It's all just a show, and people really need to realize that. So presidents are selected, not elected. They have all been related. They have all been from these, blue bloodlines, these non-human bloodlines, which I have stated before. Being non-human doesn't mean that you are a demon. Having O negative blood doesn't damn you in any way. Like, you're not forever cursed to live in sin and do evil. Like, you still have free will, no matter what blood type you have, no matter what species your human DNA has been mixed with. You still have free will at the end of the day. So you can't use any of that as an excuse to continue doing evil. Not only have they all been part of these, I guess they're kind of usually a lot classified as like Nephilim bloodlines, but the Nephilim are like a group of jinn that mated with humans, and that was like one occasion. And since then, like, other species have mixed with human DNA. So it's not that they're all from this original bloodline necessarily, but to be, the elite in Satan's world, they prefer, farther away from non-human, right? As least human DNA, as more, the less human DNA, the more non-human DNA. That's what they prefer. And obviously, anyone who is awake at all knows that they are inverted, right? All presidents have been inverted. The presidents are females. The first laddies are males. There have not been any exceptions. They did obviously have that whole big mic thing where they're promoting this and like letting us have a little glimpse into, like, there's a lot of people in the mainstream that are completely asleep that'll be like, yeah, Michael is definitely a dude, right? So some people have been a little bit awoken by this, and the Joan Rivers video that talks about the situation, which is a half truth, right? Well, first of all, Joan Rivers is a male. It's a controlled opposition video, and they didn't die, right? But they also mention that they, say that Barry is gay. They don't mention that. They only mention that Michael is a male. They don't mention the fact that Barry is a female. And obviously, when you have a male and a female together, that's literally not gay. But this is kind of getting a little bit off topic. The one of the things that that they kind of keep secret is a lot of these, the relationships are for show. It's just part of the show to, they want to give humans this, everything's controlled. So it's like the Truman Show where there's different characters and different whatever. And the ones in Hollywood, like a lot of times, these relationships, they're paired to give us this illusion, right? They want to promote celebrities as, the best looking, and these two sexy ones get together and like, they have perfect lives, and, be jealous of them. Like, that's kind of like, be jealous of them, want to be like them. And then they can laugh at you because, you're a real human who is sitting there dreaming of being like an inverted clown, right? Like you don't know, well, I mean, hopefully you do know, but the average human doesn't know what that person is like when they go home and are behind closed doors. And that person does, right? They know how much of an abomination to God they are. And so for you as a real human to be giving them any love and praise and like, wanting to be like them, they're just laughing at us. Like it keeps coming back to them putting on a show, everything being controlled, and it being to corrupt us and to laugh at us. Let me check the live chat here really quick. Canada Spaceman says, I'm still wondering about this no penis Trump. That hooker/porn star Stormy Daniels said it was very small. I will be showing a little bit more about that, but check out Stormy Daniels. That is a big dude, isn't it? Let me, they've been posted in the group before, but I will pull up their pictures so that we can see. If you haven't already seen my porn stars are male video, like that should already have blown this topic out of the water for you. Holy cow, this thing is just like really hard on the eyes, honestly. Like look, just a huge man head. Everything about this is just it's just a man. And the whole, Trump has a tiny penis and, that goes along with all of the jokes that they make, like they do all of these truth in plain sight jokes. I think that there's a video called Transpocalypse in their own words. Oh, here it is. I guess I didn't realize that this was a video by Mr. E, but it still is a good video either way. I don't support Mr. E or any transvestigator that won't show themselves, and especially going by especially going by the nickname mystery, like it's a mystery what they are, and then they won't show you what they are. It's like I've been duped by too many inverts to even trust anyone that I can't investigate. Like you got no chance to get me to trust you if I can't see what you are. Like it's just, anyways. Natural Freedom League said, I recently discovered your work. It's interesting. Where do you get your information to support your theories/information? A good question. Some information, obviously comes from books. I have a really nice book collection going on at home right now, mainly on spiritual topics. I like to study the Essenes and original, like, Israelite Hebrew beliefs. So some information comes from there, other information, from websites online, and other information yet is directly given to me, like, you can meditate and pray and ask for answers to the questions that you have, and they can be revealed to you. And obviously, like, the more pure that you become, the less that you consume fluoride, the more connected that you become to your true self. A lot of these things are really just remembering stuff that we've been through before. Like, there's nothing new under the sun. All of these things are like, they're not new, they're happening again. So it's just a matter of remembering. And that's kind of a fun part of this game, where we consent to having our minds wiped, and we, go through this whole process of being deceived and corrupted and asleep. And then we rediscover ourselves, right? We rediscover the truth of our reality and who we truly are. I don't know about you, but when I was asleep, I did a lot of things that I would never do now, right? As I know better, as I'm awake. So, I mean, even now, I still do things that I know that, like, for instance, coming to eating again, I have some, my main issues is with, like, eating stuff. It's obviously vegan, but it's like junk food. It's not good for me, right? Ideally, I would be raw vegan and eat what my creator actually intended for me to eat. So there's still stuff that I do now. It's like, it's been a process. So the stuff that I do now, back in the past, it's like I ate animals, right? I did a lot of things back then that don't align with my soul and my morals. So it's been a process of not only unlearning and learning everything else, but also rediscovering my true self and, taking control of my actions. We're taught by, well, I grew up in mainstream Christianity, in this attitude, like, we're sinners and we'll always be sinners, and this very defeatist attitude, like, while also having verses in the Bible that the Christ says be perfect. So it's kind of a very contradictive, but I have a little, kind of a little bit contradictive, but I know now that, obviously we can decide what daily actions that we take and decide if we're going to do good or evil. So the whole concept of like, you're born into sin and you can't ever escape it. It's not true. Anyways, that is not I see you on 2 cameras. Okay, that's interesting. Let's see here. I wonder if I end this stream, if that will still keep going. I'm kind of afraid to do it though, so I think I won't. do it. All right. Okay, so let's continue on here to the topic of discussion. Presidents are selected, not elected. They have all been inverted clowns. They have a lot of backstory, not just with Trump and the rape allegations, all this. They have those kinds of backstories for a lot of different characters in the thing, right? And then they can promote this whole mentality of humans thinking that like Trump is a womanizer, right? Trump's going around talking about grabbing female body parts, and saying a lot of things that you might hear from a broken guy that's like anti-female, like a womanizer type, just negative towards females, right? So they put this out there and then people have that mentality, and sometimes that does like keep them from waking up, right? They're like, oh, no way that Trump can be a girl because they slept with Stormy Daniels and they have just crazy stuff that keeps people asleep. Anyways, there is a viral meme. Let's not spill my tea. A viral meme here. Proof Trump is female. Obviously, the lack of penis is the most obvious evidence. But we have the closed eyes, small ears, a soft chin. You can look at their parents and see that they are really obvious inverts. There's some really creepy pictures of Trump's mom. Like, whoa, that thing is didn't use any of their money to fix their looks. Let's just leave it at that. Trump has really wide hips, which are very visible in this outfit that they wore here, which is the same outfit that they wore here. And, putting this kind of a truth in plain sight, they like to mock us, right? They like to laugh at us, show us things like this, and then turn around and say, oh, yeah, Trump's a really big womanizer, slept with so many people. And then, laugh at the humans who choose to believe the words that are coming out of their mouth rather than the actual lack of a penis. Like they'll try to use, oh, that's Photoshop. Oh, that's maybe they're a grower, not a shower. Like all types of excuses that they try to use to try to defend this picture and keep it alive. I think that mainly those types are, well, I guess there's multiple groups, right? You have the inverts that are trying to keep humans asleep. They're going to come on posts like this and then just anything that they can to, deny it, Photoshop, blah, 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 anything that they can say to try to get any humans reading to stay under the deception, to stay confused, whatever. And then there are people that are, real humans that don't know any better, that are diehard Trump fans that are going to be like, you're just saying that because you're a liberal. Like, it's just anything negative that comes from that's said about Trump is not only from the left, right? But it's because you hate Trump. You hate him. her, sorry, I apologize. You hate her and you are hopeless. I don't know if you've heard all of these Trump cultists that say, you know, if you don't believe in Q or Trump, then you are hopeless. Yeah, I don't have any hope in any inverted clowns, and I'm not associated with either side of the Hegelian dialectic, right? The side of the Republic, I don't want to say right because that makes it sound like I'm saying correct, but the Republican side, right? I say right anyways. The Republican side has things that I resonate with, but you know, the left side has veganism, right? But then they also are like really pro abortion and LGBTQ, which I'm not. So it's like I don't belong in either one of these groups. I mean, technically, I would be more of a monarchist, and I am one that supports people having freedom. And obviously, if you want to use your freedom to go and abuse animals, then I have an issue with that, and we're going to have problems because you're using your freedom to do evil. And when I have the power to do something about it, I'm going to do something about it. Whether you are sitting there going to slice a dog's throat because you want to eat dog meat, or if you want to slice a cow's throat because you want to eat cow meat, like it doesn't make any difference to me. We're going to tussle either way. Like, don't come against the innocents unless you want somebody who is strong to come and defend them. Anyways, let me see this. Caucasian Christian for Trump. President Trump was sent by God to save white Christians. First of all, President Trump was or is a satanic inverted clown. And the fact that you're saying to save white Christians, why are you even bringing race into this? People that bring race into issues where it has absolutely no, like, it's either that he came to say, whatever, Trump came to save Christians, regardless of their color, or you are a racially prejudiced clown. And that means that, you know, you're obviously not speaking for God, and you're obviously not aligned with godly principles if you are sitting here making this about race, because that's just not. Trump is a Christian. No, Trump is not a Christian. Joe Biden and the Democrats hate white people. Oh my gosh, you just need to go somewhere else. All right. Let's just. Okay, the real Siddhartha says, can't see the picture. I'm showing the wrong camera. Okay. Let me try to see what I can. Oh, that stinks. I'm not sure how I can even show you this because I have it on this computer. That they really. Okay. I'm just gonna have to try to cut this live stream and see if it works. Here we go. If it doesn't work, I'm going to just start over and, well, not start over, but I'm going to just go live again if it cuts me off. So just stay tuned, okay?